teach you the song that you're hearing. This is a creative space.
This is a creative space.
A shade-free space.
A shade-free space.
'Cause shade blocks my light.
'Cause shade blocks my light.
And my light shines bright.
And my light shines bright.
I will not hinder my light.
I will not hinder my light.
And I celebrate your light.
And I celebrate your light.
The light within you shines.
The light within you shines.
Brightens our hearts and our minds.
Brightens our hearts and our minds.
So repeat after me. This is a creative space.
This is a creative space.
A shade-free space.
A shade-free space.
'Cause shade blocks my light.
'Cause shade blocks my light.
And my light shines bright.
And my light shines bright.
I will not hinder my light.
I will not hinder my light.
And I celebrate your light.
And I celebrate your light.
The light within you shine.
The light within you
Brightens
shines.
our hearts and our minds.
Brightens our hearts and our minds.
Right. Thank you so much. So if you are joining us, this is the Dance and Bmore live show that we do monthly with our Forever Fit and Fun Club, and we are so grateful to have them here. And as we said, we are brightening our hearts and our minds. By special request, this is our mindful edition of Dance and Bmore Live. I want to say hello to Tamika and thank her for suggesting that we do something mindful and breathy that could possibly help you wake up in the morning or cool down at the end of the day. And so thank you for that. We want to give you your props and what you will need today, and it's not much. We want to have a little glass of water or something that can keep you hydrated and an open mind. And that's about all you need. So let's go ahead and take our mindful episode with a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your feet on the ground if you're able. Hands on your side or on your thigh, and one more breath in. Exhale. Now as you inhale, keep your shoulders down and relaxed. I saw that, Mr. Floyd. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. You want to imagine that your lungs are a balloon, and as you inhale, that balloon fills, and then that balloon releases and lets the air out. So you want all of that air to go all the way down into the belly and then out. Let's take 2 or 3 more breaths. Inhale, exhale. Now as if you're breathing through a straw, inhale, release and exhale. One more time through a straw. And exhale. This time I want you to float your hands up as if balloons are tied to your wrist. And then the air slowly fades out and they float down. And inhale, floating those balloons that are tied to your wrist into the sky. And exhale, and it floats down. And I want you to look to your right, and to your left, and to your right, and to your left. And now look up, and look down, and up, and down. And I want you to let one ear drop towards this shoulder, and maybe extend the hand to feel the stretch all the way down the arm. Inhale, exhale. let that tongue hang flat and fat. And just sort of blow that tongue around. And one last massage, bring it up to the temples and the forehead. Keep breathing. And then right in the center between our eyebrows, we're going to give a little rub. And inhale. And exhale. And one more inhale. And exhale. Float the hands down. Awesome. So breath is really important and really helping our bodies in a number of different ways. Sometimes when we're stressed, just taking a few deep breaths can lower our blood pressure. It can calm us. And research has shown that taking deep breaths is a great health benefit for you on a regular basis every day, that you take a break and that you take a breath, okay? So let's take 2 more deep breaths together. Inhale and exhale. This time we're going to give a sound. Inhale, a long ah. Nice. Inhale. This time this ah is going to roll from the top of the hill to the bottom and boom. And inhale. Give me an E. And last time is going to be a deep breath. Remember, don't lift your shoulders. Your oxygen is down here. Inhale. And an ooh. Y'all sound good. All right, as we continue on our mindful journey for this Dance and Be More Live episode, we're going to do a little name game and a little more stretching. And we're going to start this way. Say our name and do a stretch, and then we'll follow suit.
My name is Floyd.
So we got to make that face too.
Floyd.
Stretch your face muscles.
Good stretch. I'm Maxine, and I've got a good stretch for you. Put your legs up, reach out. You're gonna stretch your back and your legs. Maxine, stretch.
Thank you, Maxine.
Ooh.
I feel it.
Yes. Ooh, it's a good one.
Nice. And it's great to hold stretches for 12 to 15 seconds. I'm going to give you a double stretch. Miss CJ is going to go here to one side and look over my back and lift. And then I'm going to go to the other side, hold on to my thigh or the side of my chair and look and lift and come back to center. Inhale and exhale. So that was a 3-parter. You're welcome. Keep the change.
I'm Mama Rashida, and I'm going to breathe in and stretch up. And exhale to your left. Inhale up again. And exhale, stretch to your right.
Nice. All right. Thank you so much. And that brings us to our special guest. I know you were like, I've seen Mr. Floyd, and I remember Maxine from earlier this year, but who is this? This is Mama Rashida, and she is just a wonderful woman who does incredible work here in Baltimore, and I would love for y'all to know a little bit more about it. So she's going to tell you about her company, Womb Works.
Yes, I am one of the artistic directors for Womb Work Productions. We are a social change theater company. Our mission is to heal and empower youth and their families while preserving cultural legacies through the performing arts. And we deal with all kinds of issues that affect people, such as domestic violence and dating violence or suicide prevention. anything that ails our community, we deal with it through theater.
And I love the way that WombWorks really addresses and brings people to points of healing
Yes.
through the challenges that they face. So
Yes.
appreciate so much of what you do in community. And we're going to talk a little bit more at the end about some things y'all are working on and how people can be in contact and know about how they can follow you and also come and see you in person and experience that healing for themselves.
Yay.
All
Yes,
right,
all
all right. So Mama Rashida has a song for us today, and we hope that you enjoy learning it with us.
Okay, here we go. What gifts do you bring when you sing to your soul? What gifts do you bring when you sing to your soul? What gifts do you bring when you sing to your soul? What gifts do you bring when you sing to your soul? I bring joy, I bring joy. She brings joy, she brings joy. I bring light, I bring light. She brings light, she brings light. I bring air, I bring air. She brings air, she brings air.
I bring patience
All right.
to our world.
He brings patience to our world. What gifts do you bring when you sing to your soul? What gifts do you bring when you sing to your soul? What gifts do you bring when you sing to your soul? What gifts do you bring when you sing to your soul?
Yeah, so think about what gift do you bring when you come into a space, when you come into a room, when you came into this world. What is that thing that you brought that no one else could bring but you, because you are so unique and original? And we want to say thank you. Thank you for bringing your gift wherever you go, and be mindful of that gift. So we are now going to transition to a little mindful journey by Miss Lauren Arazo. And we're just going to follow along and take this journey with our open minds.
Yes. So open your mind, because we're going to go to the beach. So first, take your feet and your toes and put them into the sand. Feel the warm sand underneath your entire foot. Push them a little bit deeper into the sand until the sand comes up to your ankles. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the warmth of the sand come up to your calves. And then the water from the ocean, feel the waves come up and crash against your knees. The cool water surrounds your knees and your thighs, and all the way up to your hips. Feel how warm, how cool that feels. You can kind of put your hands in the water and feel around. Maybe there's some fish kissing your knees. Then you reach your hands up, your cool hands from the water, and stretch them all the way up towards the sun. Breathe in, breathe out. You feel the warmth on your fingertips. You hear the seagulls overhead. Now a cloud floats in front of the sun and it cools down a little bit. Bring your hands down to your shoulders. Feel the cool air on your shoulders. Bring your hands all the way down to your waist. Put your fingers in the water one more time as it recedes back into the ocean. Start to pull your feet up out of the sand. Wiggle your legs. Nice. We'll bring up your feet you stand on the beach, looking out at the water. Breathe in, breathe out. The sun's slowly setting now. You can close your eyes. Feel the cool breeze coming over you. You can sway as the breeze pushes you a little bit. You slowly come to a standstill. Now you're going to reach down a little bit and brush the sand off of your knees. Brush them off of your calves, maybe your feet if you can reach them. Slowly come all the way back up. You feel refreshed from your day at the beach. And you are ready to go home and have dinner. Take one more deep breath in. And out. One more in. Smell the salt air and out. What a beautiful day at the beach. Open your eyes.
How are you feeling?
So relaxed.
Yes, I'm enjoying this mindful moment. Thank you, Ms. Lauren. Hello, for anybody who's just joining us. This is our Dance and Be More live show with Forever Fit and Fun Club. And if you're like, this is way more laid back than I'm used to, where's the tap dancing in the games? This is our mindful episode that we hope that you can watch and use again and again when you need some time to think about being at the beach, when you need some time to think about stretching or breathing or anything else that brings you peace. And as we think about peace and where we find our own sense of centeredness and sense of peace, I want to ask our elders in our Forever Fit and Fun Club, what is it and how do you find your peace? Is there anything that helps you?
Well, I can tell you that every morning and every evening I do a meditation. It's called Agnihotra, but I do it in the morning and I do it at sunrise and sunset. And those times of the day are just very high energy times of the day, and it's where I really get my peace of just taking a moment every day to be still and just to be mindful in that moment.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
I love that.
What I do is I walk in the woods. I love walking in the woods. It's green, it's peaceful. If you walk in the morning, you can see the sunlight streaming down through the trees, or sometimes it's just glittering up there in the leaves of the trees. But the ground goes up and it goes down, or it goes flat, and it's just always there to support you, that wonderful ground and the wonderful leaves canopy up above.
Yeah.
Very peaceful.
I love that you mentioned that. I was listening to NPR, and they were talking about forest bathing. And I was like, what is forest bathing? And they said, you might be asking yourself, what is forest bathing?
I've never heard the term. Never heard the term.
And they said, it's just taking a walk in the woods. It's sort of, but less of a hike and more of a being a part of nature, and how good it is for us to breathe in as we are in nature, and what it actually does to the levels of serotonin in our system.
Yes.
And that is something that is really beneficial, and that people who actually live near where they can actually go to a park and just stand amongst the trees, that their health benefits are better than those who are near concrete on a regular basis. So that is not just in your mind, that is very true.
Yes.
And so what I did this weekend is I went for a walk here in Baltimore. We have a beautiful lake called Montebello Lake. And rather than walking just by the lake, I saw where there were trees, and I walked up the hill and walked among the trees for a little while, just to see what that felt like again, you know, from back in the day when we used to go to summer camp. Sometimes in the busyness of life, we don't get to go out and sort of take the time to do that. So I love that recommendation of yours, and have just recently put it into practice.
Oh, good.
Okay, how about you, Mr. Floyd?
Well,
What do you
lately I found that I just shut everything down. I lost my phone, so I'm not on the internet too much, and
Turn
I
on
don't, and I don't get incoming calls, and I get to turn the TV off and maybe put a video, DVD in of the Bible or something, or something calm, or some spiritual music, and that seems to bring me into a relaxed state of mind.
That's a wonderful idea. Turn off the phone and the TV. What a great idea.
Yes, I love it. So someone was telling me, you know, what do you consume first thing in the morning? And I hadn't thought about it for years. I mean, many years, like at least a decade or more. I have complete silence every morning for about 30 minutes. That I just sit with myself. And I don't look at what's online. I don't turn on TV or radio, and I have my favorite chair and my tea or my coffee, and I just sit and I let my mind wander and just let it think. And there's a beautiful song that I like called Already Here, which is a spiritual song for me, and I listen to that and I think about all the ways that the things that I'm getting ready to do are already taken care of.
Yes.
And I'm about to step into them, but it's already done. It's already here. And just thinking of that as from a place of abundance as opposed to a place of trying to catch up with the world, but allowing myself to be still before stepping into it. I think it's been really helpful for me. So we hope that some of these things will resonate with you, and perhaps some of them you might put into practice in your own life. We want to give any shout outs. First of all, we want to give a shout out to all of our friends at the Javen Story Branch Apartments who hang with us and watch with us. We're going to invite them to come and be part of our studio audience in September. And that won't be a mindful episode. That'll be wild and crazy. And all the way live. So stop back in September with special guests from the Javen Story Branch. I also want to say hello to our friends and fam over at the Waxter Center for Seniors, who we love and see every month with our Dance and Be More program. And last but not least, Linden Park Apartments, which will be back there in the fall. We want to say hello to you. Lauren, do we have anybody else we need to say hello to?
Yes, Miss Stella Marine.
Hello, Stella Marine. Thank you so much for watching, Stella. I hope that some of this mindfulness is helpful to you. And definitely stay with us and keep watching. There's lots of great videos for you to enjoy with Dance and Be More Live. All right. Where are we up to? I think we are doing some mindful tips with Lauren. Here we go. Did you know?
Hello. As we're being super mindful today and clearing our minds, we wanted to talk to you a little bit about mind health. And so a couple ways that you can take care of your mind health is just to take care of your regular health. Make sure that you're going to the doctor's appointments, make sure that you're checking and getting enough sleep, checking your blood pressure, make sure that you're keeping up to your body well. Also make sure that you're eating healthy foods, including those superfoods like blueberries, salmon, olive oil, and broccoli. But just make sure that you're staying away from the foods that are heavy in salt and sugar, because those things are going to affect your health otherwise. Also, be physically active, so you can take our classes right here with Dance and Be More, or you can take another class, maybe a yoga class or a dance class, something to keep your mind and body physically healthy. And then also keeping your mind active, maybe with some word searches or Sudoku or crossword puzzles, keeping your mind active in different ways other than maybe having a conversation with a friend or family member. Even though those are great things, you can exercise your mind in a little bit of a different way. And also stay connected with your friends, with your family, with your community. So those are just some tips to keep your mind and your brain healthy and active.
Awesome. Thank you, Lauren. Snaps. So I love that. We have one of our songs playing. It's called Sunshine. It's a little mellow. So I just want to do a little bit of moving to that before we close out. And let's just sort of stay in that ocean vibe. Yes, feeling the sunshine. Going back to the beach that Lauren brought us to. Hands in the water. Now I want you to look overhead and see that little seagull that's going.
There it is.
He's beautiful. And then let's see his little friend who went the other way. Hey. And keep that little sway going. All right, and now we're gonna roll and roll and roll and and mush them up a little bit. Making ourselves a nice little blueberry smoothie. Good. And then let's go ahead and circle that thing around. Oh, yeah. And let's try the other way now. Sunshine. Woo, we have worked it. All right, bring those arms down. And then I want you to inhale again. And look up at that sunshine and bring it back. I want you to put your hands behind your head and smell those blueberries as you do a very gentle arch, but safely securing your head and your hands. And you might even hear a little. And then you're going to bring those elbows together. And then inhale. And open up again and lean back like you're feeling the rays of the sun on you. And then bring it back in. Hands down. And place them down. All right, y'all. Good job, good job, good job. All right, a couple of quick reminders for you. Save the date for us. September 2nd is going to be our next Dance and Be More Live. That will be all the way live with some more special guests. And join us in our studio audience starting this fall. And actually this summer, we've already started having some special guests. If you would like to come and hang out with us here at the Motor House in Baltimore, Maryland, on North and Howard, you can be a part of our studio audience and watch the show and get some good music, some music that calms your spirit, encourages your soul. We've got some good music like Celebrate Your Light available to you on YouTube or iTunes, as well as that last one, Sunshine. And last but not least, you can watch any of these videos for free on Dance and Be More TV. So subscribe on YouTube to Dance and Be More TV. And each day you can be like, this day I want to do a little singing, this day I want to do a little dance, and this day I want to do a little bit of mindfulness. But all I know is I'm going to take care of me with Dance and Be More TV. Hey, hey.
Hey, take care of me with Dance and Be More TV.
All right. So we're going to close out with a couple more quick questions with Mama Rashida because we have her here. And so we want to make sure that we get as much as we can from our special guests here in Baltimore. Again, with WombWorks. Can you tell us a little bit about some meaningful projects and ways that things that people can see coming up for you?
Okay, so our adult company, our latest production has been called Permission.
Mm-hmm.
This is a project that we've been also doing with the organization Force.
Mm-hmm.
It's an organization here at the Motor House.
Yes, upsetting great culture.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
upsetting great culture. And this show is dealing with sexual assault on college campuses.
Mm-hmm.
Our youth, our 5 to 12-year-olds, they're called Next Generation Art Ensemble. They have a violence prevention show that is entitled Judged by 12 or Carried by 6 that deals with all the very serious issue of violence in Baltimore and how young people are affected by it.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to get in touch with us, they can go to our website, www.wombwork.com, and they can hit us up on Facebook or Instagram. And that's WombWork, WombWork.com.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. And I love that you bring up things that are sometimes challenging for people to deal with, and certainly alone, but to be able to do that in a creative way and in community and in a safe space that can create place for healing is
Absolutely.
really powerful.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And that's a part of our own mindfulness and mental health.
Yes.
To be able to give voice for ourselves and for one another.
And for
in
one
safe
another, it's very
space.
important and that's what we do, create safe spaces for folks to be able to use the arts as a tool to heal. And we know it's a very, very powerful tool.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, do yourself a favor and check out WombWorks and see what they have going on and experience the healing for yourself. Thank you so much for joining us, and we are going to close just the way that we began. Repeat after me. This is a creative space.
This is a creative space.
A shade-free space.
A shade-free space.
'Cause shade blocks my light.
'Cause shade blocks my light.
And my light shines bright.
And my light shines bright.
I will not hinder So continue your bright hearts and bright minds as you go through the week, as you go through the month, and we will see you next time on Dance and Bmore TV or on Facebook. If you have families and you have children, we will have our Dance and Bmore live show on FASAFAM's Facebook page the third Sunday of the month, and they'll have special guests as well. So join us with your kids, and we will have a fantastic time. Bye-bye.
Bye.